Good morning, Tim.
Yeah, pleasure to be here. Thank,
Oh,
hi sa mga
yun.
viewers.
Yun, so,
TFI.
Tim is the community manager for Bybit. So, meron ba tayong because for the people here in Kumu, we call them communicants. For the people of TGFI, we call them ka-TGFI. Meron ba tayong tawag sa community ng Bybit?
Yeah, we wanna stick with lang Bybit Filipino community.
Bybit Filipino community. Okay, so good morning, good afternoon, and good evening sa ating Bybit Filipino community. So just shout out, we will try to shout out for you guys. J.R. Dayo from Nueva Ecija. Good morning, guys. Hello, Tex. Tex is our moderator from one of our ka-TGFI. And of course, again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening sa ating ka-TGFI, Communisense, and Bybit Filipino community. So, Tim, kamusta ang umaga natin ngayon?
Yeah, very nice weekend. Definitely, when I learned that we're gonna have a live streaming session with you guys, it's a very nice idea, especially that most of you guys are really into, looking for investments, learning more about financial literacy. So it's definitely a pleasure and my honor to be here.
And it's our pleasure to have you here, a representative from Bybit who will be sharing his knowledge about one of the trending topics now, which is cryptocurrency. So, Tim, rather than asking questions about you, why don't you introduce yourself to our communicants and ka-TGFI? And of course, alam ko kilala ka na ng Bybit Filipino community, but introduce yourself.
Sure. I would always start with whenever I introduce myself, especially that docs ako na, or mas kilala nila ako na sa crypto space talaga ever since. No? I started way back in 2018 sa crypto. That was also the time when a lot of users are looking for, a lot of people are looking for investments and businesses na pwede mong pagkakitaan. And that was also the time when a lot of people don't really know much about blockchain or Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies. That's why ang daming mga nagliparan before na mga sabi nila yung mga scam talaga na opportunities. So they will promise you to invest in something and then you will make 2 to 3x of your money. It's not a good story to share, but I was part of it in 2018. Part of my savings, tinry ko lang i-invest doon kasi I thought it's a promising opportunity, like hearing about blockchain. Then apparently that was a scam project. That's when I started my story about crypto. That's the time na I researched well about blockchain and cryptocurrencies. I did not stop there, even if I got scammed by that person claiming he knows a lot about blockchain. No? So, ayun, doon ako nag-start mag-research about blockchain, and then I was also part of a local exchange din sa Philippines cryptocurrencies. Kasi syempre nagkaroon ako ng idea, I tried investing little by little. And then, tuloy-tuloy na siya. I was not just a trader. I was not just an investor of crypto. I'm also an employee of different crypto exchanges. Right now, I work at Bybit as their community manager. I'm handling 3 countries, Philippines, Malaysia, and Indonesia as well. And then my focus is really to grow their community, like what we're doing right now to introduce.
So again, Philippines, Malaysia, and Indonesia.
Yes.
Okay. And shout out sa ating mga ka-TGFI and communicants coming from Malaysia, Indonesia. And of course, yung mga currently here in the Philippines. Andito si Tim, guys. He will be informing more us more about cryptocurrency. So, Tim, if I heard it correctly, na-scam ka before for a blockchain or for cryptocurrency?
I wouldn't say it's blockchain or cryptocurrencies, no, kasi definitely it's not really scam. But these are people taking advantage of the lack of knowledge mo during that time. So they will tell you na parang may pagka MLM style siya. And then if you invest, they will, like use it for mining. And then since ikaw, you don't know much about mining at that time or Bitcoin trading, you would allow them to use your fund and then make money from it. So eventually, like, pabalik lang nila sa'yo maybe 10 to 20% of your fund. And then it becomes a Ponzi scheme later on. So you wouldn't be able to reach out to them after, X months na. Yan. But
Okay.
I think some natin ngayon, baka may iba sa kanila. Ganun din yung start ng story nila sa
Yan, meron tayong isang gusto ko sabihing makulit pero hindi, masigasig na viewer, JR Dayaw. Hello daw kay Boss Amo Tim Gonzalez, baka naman Tim. Yeah, and we are very overwhelmed with a lot of comments in Kumu right now. Maraming salamat, Kumunisens. And sabi ni Regina Operio 14, share your blessings po. Yes, we will be sharing one of the biggest blessing that we can share to you guys, which is the knowledge and financial literacy. And for now, we will be concentrating on investing in cryptocurrency and ways to earn money with cryptocurrency. So, bago ko magtanungin ng mga technicalities, pero gagawin natin very casual ito and yet very informative to all our audience. Gusto muna namin makilala si Tim. So, Tim, okay sa yung i-disclose ang age natin?
Yeah, sure. 27.
Yun. Very bata pa si Tim. 27. So, Tim, since ngayon you're really into cryptocurrency, paano si Tim lumaki? I mean, what's your childhood like?
Yeah, okay. As you noticed, 27 ako, but I've been working for, I think, about, turning a decade na rin. Kasi I worked early eh. I was part of the BPO industry back in 2013 pa. So when I turned 18, kasi that time, my family was a bit challenged in terms of financially. So I was really, I would say, forced to work as early as 18 years old. And that was an opportunity available that time. Kasi sa BPO, you didn't really need to have a degree yet. So pwede ka na mag-work sa kanila as long as you can do the work, diba?
As long as you have the communication skills, no?
Yes. So parang if you speak English naman very well, pwede ka mag-BPO kahit 18 ka pa lang and work on the side or maybe study at the same time. But that time kasi I was already a breadwinner. Parang my dad also passed away when I was 14 years old. So my mom that time was a single mom. Hindi naman siya into talagang businesswoman or talagang working class. She was really focusing on us. So it was a challenge for us because since yung monthly nare-receive namin from my dad na nawala talaga. Good thing he was insured, but the problem was you can only get it when you turn 18 years old. And if you're not yet 18 years old, you have to pay for a huge sum of money para ma-claim mo yung insurance. But that time wala kami talagang pera nun. So we really had to wait until we turned 18 years old. Tapos dati kasi hindi pa kami ganoon kagaling sa finance eh. Parang even when we got our insurance, parang there were things that we on certain businesses or items or investments na it did not turn out well. Gets mo? Yung common notion meron insurance. Apat kami magkakapatid eh. So nakakahati-hati yun. So ang nangyari doon, parang even if you meron ka insurance, if you don't know how to properly use them, nawawala siya eh. Alam mo yun, mapupunta siya sa investment ng business na nalugi. Di ba? Siyempre sa araw-araw na ginawa ni Lord, parang you really need to pay on certain, things. Food, rent,
food bills. Yung food and utilities na lang, yung utilities na lang sa bahay, talagang grabe na, di ba?
Agree. And then that time, nagtayo rin ako ng computer shop kasi medyo hype dati, di ba? I think 2010. So nag-start din ako noon. And then that time, I was too young. I didn't really know what's happening, but I just wanna like make money that time. And then I realized na okay, before maubos yung insurance ko, I need to kailangan namin ng work para ma-sustain namin talaga yung yung monthly bills namin. So I started working as agent that time. Tapos
sorry Tim, among 4 siblings, pang ilan ka?
Middle, pangalawa.
Pangalawa. Okay.
Tapos yun, parang nagtuloy-tuloy na yun. Like I told myself I can just take it phone calls. Isip ako ng way, ano ba yung mga positions doon sa BPO that I can do. Like for example, meron sila doon supervisor, like team managers, operations managers. I did my best to make sure that I hit all the goals, and then eventually I got promoted. So to cut the story short, after ko rin mag-work for so many years sa BPO, sa night time kasi yun eh. So, kaya sanay ako sa gabi talaga na nag-ising. Parang nung nagka-family na ako, I had to think na parang, okay, what could be a better option so I can go back to the regular, yung tulog mo talaga na gabi talaga. Diba? So I tried to look for opportunities outside. And that's why I got into crypto. Parang at that time there was an exchange. They didn't even disclose that they were in an exchange. They just said it's a crypto project. And since I was already in, sabi ko, try ko to. And then I didn't realize it's gonna be one of the biggest exchanges dito sa Philippines.
Nung sinabi mo na, di ba, pumasok ka sa BPO, that is, so parang working student? So nagbi-BPO ka sa gabi, tapos pumapasok sa umaga?
That time kasi talagang kailangan ko talagang bayaran yung lahat ng majority ng bills namin sa bahay. So I decided
full-time work ka?
Nag-full-time muna ako na work. And then medyo nagtuloy-tuloy siya. I was second year college that time. Tapos yung syempre may mga conflicts sa family ng konti. Doon kasi sa father side ko, sila yung nag-fund talaga supposedly for my education. Kahit naman scholar ka that time kasi may mga binabayaran ka pa din for everything. Tapos medyo nagka-problem lang din sila doon eh. So nagka-conflict kami with doon. So sabi ko parang okay, sige. I'll take a leap of faith. I'll go full-time muna. And then eventually if there's an opportunity for me to go back, I'll go back na lang. Ganun naging story din. So pero nagtuloy-tuloy kasi siya eh. As in, parang hindi ko in-expect na even right now sa crypto space na very very compelling yung mga offer ng mga companies as long as you do your job very parang I'm planning na parang gawin na lang siya. Eventually it's part of me to fulfill my goals, no? Like eventually if I doon ako sa retiring stage, gusto ko mag-try, I wanna finish it, pursue it again.
Okay, nice. Okay, so Tim, this is a seemingly simple question, but since most people hindi pa talaga grasp yung idea ng crypto, it is a confusing one. Can you tell us more about, okay, what actually is, halimbawa, kagayang, how can you explain to us na first time namin marinig, what is cryptocurrency?
Sure. Ito yung lagi ko talaga madalas ginagawa, no? Kasi sa community, makaka-receive ka talaga ng mga inquiries from newbies. And then they would always ask the same set of questions. For cryptocurrencies kasi, I would think of it like digital cash. Di ba may mga e-wallets tayo right now na pwede mong gamitin. If you wanna send money from your e-wallet to your friends, pwede mo siya gawin through mobile app. Pero in cryptocurrencies kasi, from the word itself, crypto, virtual, currency means, like money, something that we use to avail services or goods. It's also a virtual cash. The only difference is that, unlike e-wallets right now, there's a transparency behind it. Kasi all the transactions that are registered, all the transactions that take place on that particular cryptocurrency are registered on a certain website, right? Or yun sinasabi nila na blockchain. So if you go online and then you search for Bitcoin Explorer or Bitcoin Blockchain Explorer, you would see all information there, even if you don't know those people around you, and if they and nagtatransact sila sa Bitcoin, sa mga other cryptocurrencies, transparent siya, makikita mo, right? So at the same time, there are also miners. So if you hear the word mining, okay, which is not applicable, I think, for personally in the Philippines, kasi mahal ang kuryente. So whenever you mine kasi, it requires, like huge amount of energy para ma-mine mo yung Bitcoin or Satoshi yung tawag. Pero yung mga miners,
sorry, what's the term? Satoshi?
Yeah, Satoshi.
Satoshi, okay.
Small quantity of Bitcoin.
Okay.
That's syntax. Now, if tawag doon, may mga miners na tinatawag, no? I would think of it in reality, no, in real world, accountants. So, di ba yung mga accountants, ang ginagawa nila, they validate transactions on a ledger. Kasi usually may ledger sila, di ba? Debit, credit, and everything. So, ang ginagawa ng accountants is to make sure that it is always their interest to make sure that all transactions that were written on the ledger are correct. Otherwise, if it's incorrect, they have to correct it. Right?
Tama.
Pero problem with the real world situation is that what happens next if that accountant or that person tampers any information na nandun sa ledger? They can easily do that, diba? Let's say, for example, his boss tells him, "Uy, ayusin natin to, blah." Correct. So that's why yung problem is there's no transparency and it can be easily tampered. Ang sabi ni blockchain technology, okay, let's create a system of information through a website. It gets validated by miners or accountants, pero it's all computational technology, parang mathematical algorithms. So it's very hard to tamper the system kasi nga it's run through a computer network of computers. Yun yung mga miners all over the world. So yun yung pinagkaiba niya. Parang very transparent siya. Hindi lang siya yung whenever a person sends his money from point A to point B, you don't have a way to validate if it really happened. But with blockchain technology, it's possible. It's made possible.
So it's like the entire universe is the auditor of that technology, of that ledger.
Correct. You're learning ledger.
Tama ba yung pagkakaintindi ko? Okay, because sorry ka TGFI and Kumuni, since I myself is very new to cryptocurrency. That's why I am very interested with this live stream that we are doing right now because gusto ko talagang matutunan to. So, yun. Then, you mentioned about Satoshi. What is Satoshi again, Tim?
So, you call it sats or from Satoshi, no? Ito yung mga small set of Bitcoins. Kasi pag 1 Bitcoin is Bitcoin, no? Pero if it's, let's say, yung for small units of Bitcoin, like 0.001, they call it Satoshis, right? But the reason why it's called Sats or Satoshi, kasi back in the days in 2008, when there's this anonymous guy who invented the concept of Bitcoin, right? Kasi di ba dati nagkaroon ng financial crisis.
Yan, may nag-comment from our viewer. The name of the guy is Satoshi Nakamoto. Thank you, Casey Quintos.
Yes, you're right. So, dati kasi nagkaroon ng financial economic crisis. So parang yung mga tao nun, they've lost their trust in the current monetary system. So apparently there's this guy who we call him Satoshi Nakamoto. He invented the entire process of it. That is basically to solve issues kasi number one, parang dati yung pera wala nang halaga kasi nga sa sobrang taas ng inflation. Parang people didn't have a way to convert their assets. So dati rin kasi in 2008, 2009, that was also the time when people are trying to invest their money in real estate. Yung mga securities naman na parang may mga securities na more on real estate assets yung binibenta nila. So parang ang pinapangako nila sa mga tao nun, sa US na okay, papatayo namin yung bahay, tapos kapag kumita to, eventually, you make money out of it. Pero ang nangyari kasi nun, oversupply naman yung mga bahay kasi wala nang demand. So nangyari, nag-crash yung stock market, lahat ng mutual fund almost bumagsak talaga. So doon lumabas yung concept ng Bitcoin. And apparently, some people na nagtiwala doon ahead of time, or like in its early stage, laki ng kita nila yung nag-hodl sila. Nag-hold sila for that time.
So, now, narinig natin, team, ang term na miner, Satoshi, or Sats, Bitcoin. Can you help us more about the basic lingo about crypto, coins, tokens, ICOs? Ano yung mga, halimbawa, I get into this. Ano yung mga terms na sa tingin mo, lagi ko maririnig na dapat alam ko?
Sige. Actually, there's a lot, no? Pero yung mga basic, I think importante dyan. Sige, balikan muna natin yung concept ng sa stock market trading. No?
Okay. Yes, please.
Mo yung bakit nila kinonvert yun. Sa stock market kasi before, meron mga tinatawag na parang units or shares, di ba? Number of shares na you hold from that company. Meron ding IPO, like initial public offering. If a company wants to sell part of his
part of their
pwede nila publicly. Pero same din naman yung sa buy, sell, like market limit order. Pero sa crypto kasi, meron din tinatawag na ICO, which is initial coin offering. Okay, it's the same concept ng IPO. The only difference is that since hindi naman siya sa stock market trading, hindi siya shares talaga, it's a currency that you're buying. Tawag doon initial coin offering. So normally if yung isang exchange may launchpad, like in our case sa Bybit, merong Bybit launchpad. So if you're looking for new projects na like you believe can potentially grow over time, pwede ka mag-participate, pwede ka mag-commit ng tokens para maka-receive ka ng token na yon na new project. So yun yung ICO, initial coin offering. One more, meron din tinatawag na CEX or DEX. Yung CEX stands for centralized exchanges. Tapos yung DEX naman is decentralized exchanges. Right? Yung centralized exchanges, ito naman yung mga makikita mo na talagang merong CEO. May people behind. It's not just run on, like through a set of programming codes. Kasi may tao talaga na nag-ooperate eh. Okay. Pag sinabi naman na DEX or decentralized exchanges, ito naman yung mga smart contracts lang na sinasabi nila. So, ibig sabihin, yung exchange na yon, no one is managing it, walang CEO. It's just these are just mostly developers or programmers that they develop certain smart conditions or smart contracts. So, let's say, for example, gusto mo mag-trade DEX, okay, parang sila yung program itself yung mag-execute ng trade. Hindi na siya yung parang wala nang nag-oversee ng mga transactions. Kasi parang the trust is already in the system, not to anyone else. Yan. Diba? HODL. Sabi nila HODL. Ito naman yung hold sa stock market. Pero ginawa lang siyang HODL kasi ibig sabihin nun, holding on for dear life. So parang if you want to buy now and then you want to sell it after 10 years or maybe 5 or 10 years, yun yung HODL. Parang whatever happens, you keep on investing and then sell it when the market is already bullish. Sobrang crazy bullish na siya.
Okay, actually, since nabanggit mo, team, okay, babalik tayo sa term ha, pero ayokong palagpasin itong question na to since nabanggit mo ang centralized and decentralized SEX and DEX, CEX and DEX, sorry. What is the pros, from Casey Quintos, what is the pros and cons of DEX and CEX?
That's a very good question, no? And I myself work sa isang centralized exchange kasi nga, you have a CEO, ganun.
So like Bybit, it's CEX.
Yes, it's a centralized
Okay.
exchange. Kasi nga, yung trust mo, you want to make sure na may CEO pa din na nagmamanage ng lahat ng bagay, diba? Nag-hire ng employees para ma-make sure na lahat tama yung ginagawa. Yung pros and cons niya, parehas, meron definitely, no? Yung pros and cons muna tayo ng centralized exchanges, no? Pag sa centralized exchanges, syempre may leadership. If maganda yung leadership, mas malaki yung potential na mag-grow, right? Another thing, if may mga new projects na possible na ma-release, like for example, in our case, Bybit Launchpad, may mga new projects, may mga team talaga na research and development that will also do some sort of due diligence. Na in time, you are confident na yung mga nire-register doon or nililist doon na Launchpad projects, okay, or at least meron ng mga tao na nag-vouch for it. So, ganun. Cons naman, on the other hand, of course, syempre, if it's a centralized exchange, if some people are somehow they feel na they don't want to entrust their money to someone, right? Kasi if, let's say, what if there's a bad leadership?
Yes.
Right? Pwedeng nangyari sa, like fund mo, pwede magkaroon ng problem or anything like technical issues. Hindi mo basta-basta makukuha yung pera mo pag hindi sila mabilis mag-respond. Kunyari nagka-issue ka sa system. Ganun yung problem niya. Sa DEX naman, yung pros, syempre, you're not entrusting your money to anyone, not a single entity, kasi it's already the programming language or smart contracts that are already facilitating each and every transaction. Also, ang kagandahan lang din sa DEX, anyone in the world, if they want to like create their own cryptocurrency or like tokens, they can easily do that. Kasi nga, parang it's a free technology, I would say it's a free country of like decentralized exchanges. Pwede ka mag-list. In terms of fees, definitely may mga DEX na mas mura talaga. Minsan mas parang free pa, lalo na pag yung tokens na ginagamit mo it doesn't have significant gas fees. May mga ganun. Ang cons lang sa DEX, sabi ko nga kanina, anyone can list their tokens there, di ba? Ibig sabihin, yung due diligence ng pag-list ng tokens, pwedeng pag sobrang ganda ng project, tamba ka, grow ka ng 1,000, 2,000x. Pero what if, since anyone can just list their tokens anytime, what if it's a scam project? Nakikita mo online, di ba? May mga nagsasabi na, uy, bumili kayo ng tokens na ganito sa DEX na to. Kasi it's already pumping. And the moment na bumili ka, tsaka siya
biglang baksak.
Bumabagsak. Sabi nilang rug pull. Okay, yun yung rug pull na parang, kasi pagkabili mo, automatic like after 30 minutes, minsan 1 hour, biglang bumabagsak ng todo. Yung mga scammers. That's something that DEX cannot easily solve. Kasi it's a free architecture parang it's a free system. So hindi mo basta-basta makokontrol yung ganong klaseng risk. So pareha siya may pros and cons. It's up to you kung ano yung risk appetite mo.
Okay. So ano rin yan, no? So can I say na, because like for myself, I'm more familiar about with the stock market. So in crypto, we have to gauge our risk appetite as well, kung parang how much you are willing to risk, because 'di ba ang lagi nilang sinasabi, I'm not sure if it's also applicable to you and to crypto, na you only invest in this world, you only invest on what you can afford to lose. Tama rin ba 'yon sa crypto?
Yeah, it definitely applies to crypto as well. Like in any other financial instruments or financial investment types, no? Lagi namang pasok yung ganong klaseng yung tip na yan. This is lalo na sa crypto, which is very, very volatile. Kasi you're not just trading against, like another Filipino You're trading against the world. So since mas marami nag sa buong mundo, mas volatile yung market.
Okay. And since yun nga sinabi natin na trading to, kasama mo ang buong mundo, whoever wants to trade there. For example, like sa Bybit, the trading is 24/7 or may certain hours din? Na halimbawa, susunod tayo sa Eastern Standard Time or susunod tayo sa Philippine Time?
It's 24/7. Lahat ng crypto exchanges, and I think that's one beauty side of it, no? Na parang you can trade anytime you want, regardless of where you are, what time you're in, time zone you are in. Unlike sa regular traditional stock markets na may closing time talaga. So that's why it's very volatile. Kasi sometimes, di ba, while you're sleeping, that's when the market dips. So pagising mo na lang sa negative or positive na yung portfolio mo ng malala, di ba? So,
yes.
Yeah.
Yung tipong pagkabukas mo ng laptop mo or ng iPad mo, doon mag-gauge kung good mood ka or bad mood ka for the entire day.
Correct.
Okay.
And some of our people probably, pag tinignan nila yung app performance, ay parang app statistics nila, baka number 1 mga crypto exchanges. Kasi lagi nila minibus.
Okay. Yon. Maraming salamat for those information, team. And you mentioned about token earlier. So token, it's the cryptocurrency. I mean, it's the
Okay.
How can we explain that in layman's term? What is token sa crypto world?
Okay. I would always compare it with an amusement, ano bang tawag doon? Yung mga gaming amusement sa mall.
Like sa,
ka doon.
sorry, we are not affiliated with any brand here, but for example sa time zone, 'di ba, meron tayong card or may token tayo nilalaglag.
Correct. So for example, pasok ka doon, di ba? Siyempre, yun yung tinatanggap na currency sa chain na yun. Isipin mo na lang, yun yung tinatanggap na currency sa ganung klaseng field or sa ganung klaseng. So hindi ka pwede maglagay ng piso. Kasi pag lagyan ng piso directly dun sa machine, it's not gonna take it. Kasi hindi yun yung tinatanggap niya na
hindi recognizable yon ng world na yon, okay?
Saka ng time zone sa iba't ibang lugar. Pwede siya, di ba? Kasi that token is distinct for that. Ngayon, parang ganun din sa token ng crypto, no? Parang merong isang nag-build ng cryptocurrency, blockchain, and then yung token na yun yung gagamitin for everything. For all the entire ecosystem. Kasi may mga developers o kaya may mga retail buyers or sellers. Yun yung type of currency na gusto nilang tanggapin as a community. Doon siya nagkakaroon ng value. Kasi nga, di ba, some people think na yung token na yan for me is also valuable. So I wanna take that kind of token. Pero to add to this, no, may sinasabi sila na difference between coins and tokens. Pinakamadaling way to explain the difference. Coins kasi may sarili siyang blockchain. Like for example, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, may sarili silang blockchain. Pero pag sinabi mo naman tokens, no, isipin mo yung tokens, think of other crypto like Axie Infinity Shards or SLP. Like these are tokens that were built on the Ethereum blockchain. Yes. So, gamit nila yung blockchain ni Ethereum, pero gumawa sila ng token under that, which is AXS or SLP. So, yun ang sinasabi nila na token. Think of it like time zone is the Ethereum network, right? But there are a lot of tokens that can be accepted, which are AXS or SLP.
So kumbaga ito yung token na gamit natin sa time zone. Pagka pumunta tayo sa Tom's World, ibang token naman ang gamit doon. But still the same concept na sa mga naglalaro sa ganung lugar. Okay, since you mentioned this one, team, do you see more Filipinos playing play to earn games?
Okay. Of course, I'm very bullish sa ganung klaseng concept, no. I myself is also a manager.
I got this question from one of the comments. Yeah.
I do believe that there's a future to play to earn games like this, like NFT, like non-fungible tokens. Why?
Mhm.
Kasi back in the days, like there's no way for you to monetize, like characters in the game, or like things that yung tawag nila doon na loot sa game, diba? Dati kasi naglalaro naman ako ng mga offline and online games eh. Pero if come to think of it, the best way to explain it kasi for me dati if you wanna sell your account, wala kang way to do it online eh. What you will do is to go to that person and then kaliwaan kayo, bentahan kayo ng account na sa game na yun. But right now, what if there's a way for you to like make that in-game item valuable, and then there's a way for you to sell that using exchanges or maybe like marketplace that we have, especially like for example sa Axie Infinity, but there's a marketplace for that. So it makes things easier kasi hindi mo na kailangan pumunta dun physically, and you cannot not only that you can transact with your fellow Filipino gamers, but you can transact with everyone in the world. So that alone is a concept na it's a game changer, no? And then also just to add, no, NFT kasi, that's why it's non-fungible tokens. Sobrang game changer din talaga nun. Kasi ito nga yung analogy ko din doon eh. Di ba, kunyari minsan pasero ka ng may plane ticket ka.
Yes.
Tapos hindi ka pala available on that day. Nagkaroon ng emergency, nagkaroon ng problem. So ang gagawin mo, kung ikaw may plane ticket ka, usually it's either i-rebook mo siya or wala na, cancel na. Usually hindi mo na ma-refund yun, di ba? Pero yung ticket na yun, it may not be valuable for everybody, but there's a possibility that is valuable for some other people that you don't know. Yung ticket na yan, think of it like yun ang concept. So what if yung ibang tao available pala sila on that day, and then they're willing to pay, they're willing to buy your ticket kung magkano mo siya nabili, or maybe kung gusto mo bigyan ng discount yun, pwede mo sa kanya ibenta, diba? Yun yung sinasabi nilang non-fungible tokens. Hindi siya in a way subjective yung subjective yung value niya, kasi hindi lahat, for example NFT art, diba? Hindi lahat artist, hindi lahat nakikita yung value
yung value
ng art
ng isang painting. Yeah.
Diba? Pero ako, pwedeng kunyari kung mahilig ako sa art, I find it valuable, I'll buy that. Diba? But not everyone will do so. Kaya sabi nila na hindi siya interchangeable basta-basta kasi it depends on the eye of the person who's looking at your product. So yun.
Okay.
Yun yung concept na.
Ayan, maraming salamat for giving us those example, team, kasi unti-unti nating naiintindihan, lalo na sa mga newbies like me, naiintindihan ko ngayon because of the examples na ginagamit ni Tim. So Tim, meron tanong dito ang isa sa ating mga viewers. What are the strategies for the short-term trading and long-term investing in crypto? Can you share your personal strategy?
Okay. As you know, I have a full-time job, so there's no such thing as I do scalp trading. Ibig sabihin, every 1 minute or 5 minutes, you place a position and then you make money from it. That's not what I do dominantly because I have a full-time job. Tapos, syempre, depende kasi yun, di ba? Pero to answer your question, in terms of short-term trading, what I do is breakout trading. If I look, I would always assess the chart on a 4-hour time frame, right? And then, if I see that there are patterns that it's creating that historically in the past, ganun yung ginagawa niya. And then if sabi ka kanina, like breakout, if there's a potential trend, tapos binabasag niyo yung ganung klaseng trend upwards, ibig sabihin there's a potential reversal. That's when I always enter the market kasi that decreases the risk of you losing. So syempre risk, sobrang laki talaga ng risk whenever you're trading, even sa stock market naman, di ba? Pero that kind of trading kasi, if you wait for certain confirmations, like maybe 2 to 3 candles, you are confident that that specific breakout can actually move on the upside and it can give you upside returns. So that's what I do for short-term trading. For long-term trading naman, I do regular investing. Like per month, I would always allocate X percent of my portfolio, my salary, monthly salary, in different salary or mga side hustle ko. I invest consistently every month, and then ang pinaka-target ko talaga is at least 5 to 10 years. So may exit strategy ako na I'm about to sell after 3 years, after 5 years, and after 10 years. So ganun lang, parang always do hindi nga siya it's not a matter of how much you are willing to invest. It's more of the consistency. Kasi even if you invest like 1,000 peso or 2,000 peso, or some baka 500 pesos lang yung kaya, what really matters is that you're very consistent in doing it.
Okay.
So, yun.
There you go. Pero mamaya may tatanungin ko ulit isa team dahil nakarinig na naman tayo ng mga jargons ngayon. So, ayun.
Okay.
Para sa ating ito naririnig ko to because I was doing playing stock market before as well. But for our viewers na hindi alam ang term na to, what is candles, what is breakout?
Sure. So start mo tayo with candlestick, no? So basically it's a type of price chart used in technical analysis. It displays the highest price reached, lowest price, opening and closing prices of a security or a crypto for a specific period of time. So think of it like nakikita niyo sa trading, di ba may mga nag-trade talaga tapos nakita niyo may mga chart na ganun. Each candlestick kasi really it portrays certain information na very helpful for you to also understand whether the prices are moving up or moving down. So merong mga green candlesticks, merong red candlesticks. Ibig sabihin pag green, syempre pataas yung presyo. Pag red naman, pababa yung presyo ng market. So I think that's one thing naman you can search online. Search na lang candlestick. Tapos mas makikita nyo, magkakaroon kayo ng better understanding of what that specific candlestick means. And there are also different types of kasi candlesticks para makita mo if it's a bullish pattern or if it's a bearish pattern or indicator. For breakout naman, ito yung ibig sabihin, di ba may mga trend talaga yung mga if nag-PA ka, may mga trend yan usually. Whether it's a downside or like a going upwards na trend. So pag sinabi kasing breakout, ito yung usually parang downtrend pero binabasag niya yung downtrend movement niya. So kunyari may isang direction line na pababa pero nakita mo nag-push pataas yung market, sinira niya yung downtrend for a specific period of time. Let's say for 4-hour time frame, nakita mo dire-diretso lang siya pababa. Pero bigla na lang merong candlestick na sumobra dun sa pattern na yun. So yun yung breakout. Parang ibig sabihin, something is going on that we don't know. Right? Possible na may mga, tawag nila dito whales, may mga malalaking investors na bumibili ng isang asset or isang crypto. Ngayon, kapag may large volume of buy orders, dun usually nagkakaroon ng buying opportunity kasi possible na yung breakout na yun, who knows, baka merong news na nangyari internally yung company na yun or yung crypto na yun, nagkaroon ng partnership, nagkaroon ng magandang news na pwedeng pag-usapan or possibly meron silang internal na like project with different cryptocurrencies or different investments na naka-receive sila, and then yung coin na yun binibili. So doon nagkakaroon ng mga high buying volume. That's where breakout happens. So yung breakout, hindi lang siya nangyayari sa pataas. Pwede rin naman siyang breakout na pababa kasi nababasag naman yung trend. Ibig sabihin, parang you're expecting it na aangat pero dahil na yung breakout niya pababa naman, breakdown, ganun. Pwede namang sabihin yung mangyayari doon, downtrend siya. Kasi binasag niya yung support for a long period of time. So, possible na maging downtrend yung market. So, yun din. You can find it online. May mga ways din naman to spot that. But ako personally kasi, since 2018, I'm leaning towards in investing for long term. Kaya, parang bihira, hindi naman sa bihira ako siyang gawin, no? Parang in a month kasi I would just look for 2 to 3 breakout trading. Tapos sinasabayan ko lang yung momentum. Tapos if I make X% na doon, nag-exit na ako agad. Pero dominantly, yung talagang ginagawa ko more on investing long term.
Okay. Okay, thank you for that, Tim. Okay, I have another question here. What can you buy with cryptocurrency and how?
So yung what can you buy is absolutely for me may pagka-subjective siya kasi pag lahat ng mga tao na naniniwala sa crypto, you can technically buy any product as long as they're willing to accept that crypto. So for example, right now I have a laptop and I want to sell it in exchange for Bitcoin, right, or Ethereum or XRP. If I take that crypto, then that means we can transact with each other. So anything, hindi kagaya dati, di ba, na bibenta ka ng gamit tapos Ethereum yung gusto mong tanggapin na cryptocurrency, mababa yung chances niya na mabenta kasi hindi pa ganun karami yung wala. But right now, I mean, ang dami nang naglalaro ng Axie, ang dami nang bibili ng crypto using different exchanges. So for me, like anything now can be bought via cryptocurrency. The question is how? But how can you do it? That's where crypto wallets start to come in. So may mga crypto wallets like sa exchanges, pwede ring mga non-custodial wallets. Ibig sabihin nun, parang hindi nasa exchange yung crypto mo. Pwedeng, yun yung sinasabi nila na MetaMask wallet, o kaya yung mga trust wallet, gano'n. Pwede ka mag-store ng crypto doon and then you can send it to someone else. So, yun lang. Kailangan na may crypto wallet ka and then you send it from point A to point B. So, wallet to wallet address.
Okay, and there is a very interesting question here. The question is, are blockchain and cryptocurrencies the same?
Hindi siya parehas. Pero hindi naman magkakaroon ng cryptocurrency kung wala rin blockchain.
Walang blockchain, yes.
Cryptocurrency. So they coexist, right? So, as I mentioned earlier, yung blockchain is the system behind, right? It's responsible for making sure that all transactions are properly recorded, while cryptocurrencies are the ones that you use to transact, right? Parang to avail goods and services. So they're not the same.
Tama ba intindi ko? Sorry to cut you, Tim. Tama ba ang intindi ko? Ang cryptocurrency is yung ito, sorry. Ang blockchain, ito yung mga accountants natin. Ang cryptocurrency is the value na pinantatransact natin for in a blockchain.
Yes. However, yung blockchain is the ledger. Yun yung recorder eh. Ledger. Yung accountants are the miners.
Okay.
Right? They validate transactions. And then the cryptocurrencies are basically the currency na ginagamit mo na pang-transact.
Okay. Okay, thank you for that. Ayan, may nagtatanong, Tim. Crypto platforms, recommendation. Personal recommendation. Again, before Tim answer that, I just want to tell everyone that for TGFI, we are not affiliated with any company or any crypto platform. We are a social enterprise geared towards the financial literacy of Filipino people. So, Tim, you can answer that?
Of course, you can assume that I will be biased here, that I am part of a centralized exchange called Bybit. But of course, I will be very objective naman of the reasons why I liked it personally. No? First of all, it's when you're looking for an exchange, one of the requirements or one of the qualifications I would always look into would be liquidity. Right? Ibig sabihin ng liquidity kasi, maraming nagtitrade. Kapag kailangan mo magbenta o kailangan mong bumili, you're getting the cryptocurrencies, you're buying the cryptocurrencies at the best rates possible, right? At the same time, if you want to liquidate, you want to sell, it's yung crypto available. Kayang-kaya niyang bilhin yung binibenta mo. So that's one. In fact, if you look at CoinMarketCap, Bybit is ranked number 7 sa spot market. We just started, I think, 5 months ago in launching our spot trading. And right now, in terms of futures or derivatives trading, we are at rank 4, ranging between number 4 and number 5 to derivatives trading, among other 100 plus crypto exchanges in the world. So I can say that in terms of liquidity, that will not be a problem. Next is in terms of security, right? 20% of Bybit's annual budget goes to security, which means they invest in people who are, like white hat, black hat hackers to make sure na they are penetrating the platform as much as they could. And then, ang ginagawa nila doon, tinetest nila, sinisira nila yung platform to make sure that it's very, very secure. And not to mention, since Bybit started, there was never an instance of downtime or any hacking incident. So that's one thing that I would look into. Of course, yung record niya very clean in terms of downtime, kasi especially if naging volatile yung market, there's a possibility na yung exchange baka mamaya mag-down. Right? And you don't have a way for you to sell your asset if medyo tingin mo medyo palugi yung market, di ba? So reliability is very important. Number 3, and I think this is the best, Bybit is investing in community, like furthering our communities as well. Like the reason why I'm here right now is because I want to talk about our communities as well. Meron kami mga weekly na bonuses for trading for you to for you to be able to use, matuto kayo para mag-trade. And then yung community na yun is a very active community. We have questions, we also have our affiliates. So kahit mga basic questions na tinatanong ninyo, hindi kayo mahiya kasi it's a community driven by people who want to share their knowledge as well in crypto. I think that's the challenge, Emil, no? Kasi may mga communities pero minsan nababash ka kapag pag hindi mo alam yung sinasabi mo. Yung mga ganun may mga ibang tao kinakabahan na lang sila, intimidated sila kasi rather instead of asking, they would just keep it to themselves. So that's not how our community works. Parang ang goal talaga namin is to assist, especially the ones who are just starting out. So yun, yun yung mga reasons. Like Bybit, hindi naman ako mag-work for them if I know that they're not really investing in communities. And we have a quarterly budget per community. So minsan, like right now, we have an event wherein if you can invite at least 1,000 of your friends for 3 months, to the community, to join our Telegram community. We were giving away $600 worth of Axie team. So right now, if yung Axie team makakabili ka ng $600, $500, baka mas mura pa ngayon mababa ngayon yung presyo ng mga Axies. So you can probably buy 2 Axie teams. Yung mga ganun kaming event, so salik kayo sa community namin.
Yan.
Later, I'll share.
May passive income po ba sa crypto kahit hindi ka mag-trade or mag-hold?
Yes. But lagi ko sinasabi, never nagiging consistent ang income sa crypto, no? Kasi it's a very volatile market. That's why you really need to understand all the ups and downs, left and right ng cryptocurrency. But to answer your question, meron kasi tinatawag na flexible staking. Okay. Jargon na naman, di ba? Pero think of it like pupunta ka sa bangko, tapos bubukas ka ng bank account, tapos may savings interest rate, diba, per year or annual performance no, like APR or APY, pwede kang kumita. Pero normally kasi sa bank, pag ka mag-i-invest ka doon for savings account or time deposit, pinakamalaki na ikaw, may time deposit or savings account, gaano kalaki yung binibigay nila sa'yo? Gaano kaliit?
Hindi mo mararamdaman.
Diba?
Kaya hindi mo gustong withdrawin dahil ayaw mong pumunta na bangko para mag-withdraw ng less than 100 pesos.
Correct, di ba? So, usually pa doon, meron siyang cap. So, yung cap na yon, let's say 20,000 lang yung pwedeng maka-receive ng interest rate. Anything beyond that, hindi na siya covered nung incentive nila na yun for you to save or for you to deposit money sa bangko nila. Pero yung flexible staking kasi works exactly the same. Pero kasi merong tinatawag na DeFi, di ba? Decentralized Finance. So pag nag-stake ka ng USDT, it's a state stablecoin or USDC. We also support BUSD. So these are stable coins wherein if you stake them, you can earn up to 4%. Or sometimes, when I started working at Bybit, our USDC staking rate was at 6 or 7%. So very, very significant siya. You know why these can be given? Kasi mababa yung cost eh. Hindi naman sila nagrerenta ng places, ng mga commercial space. So these are run on smart contracts. That's why they can offer these kind of interest rates. Not only that, meron din syempre yung staking for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ito naman yung mga medyo gusto maging hodler. Mag-hold lang sila for a long period of time. So, aside from making money on trading, kasi just by holding it, diba? Kung tumataas yung value ng asset na yun, tumataas yung value ng pera na nilalagay mo. Pero as you stake that crypto, it not only helps you make money on trading, but also it gives you interest rates like maybe 3 to 7%. Depende siya sa market market rates na nandun sa account na sa Bybit. So yeah, there's a way for you to make money constantly sa cryptocurrencies. And that's one of the
Can I start crypto trading under 1,000 pesos? For example, dahil diba, nabanggit natin kanina, Tim, na just invest the amount that you are willing to lose. So, for example, I just have 1,000 pesos. Can I start doing crypto trading?
Of course. That's one beauty of crypto investments, crypto trading. Kasi diba before, if you want to invest in other like traditional markets, kailangan medyo may kaya ka para magkaroon ka ng access sa lahat. Even sa chart, like for example sa traditional market, di ba? Para magkaroon ka ng access sa chart, kailangan mo magbayad ng premium. So dati, I'm not sure if ganun pa rin ngayon, no? Kasi all in ako on crypto kasi. Pero dati, if you want to invest with the right tools for you to analyze your trade orders, you need to have at least 15,000 to 20,000 pesos. Right? Pag nag-avail ka ng basic, wala ka pang access sa chart. Ang nakikita mo lang yung prices, order book. Right? Pero sa cryptocurrency, that's not a problem. Kasi even if you just invest like under 1,000 pesos, you will have access to all of the features that you should have as a trader.
Okay.
So you can do that definitely.
Oh, yan. Tas kanina pala may follow-up question si Casey. You are mentioning about staking daw. What is staking in simple term?
Yeah. Think of it like time. Pag sinabi kasing flexible staking, from the word itself, it's flexible. You can withdraw it anytime, right? Kung kumita ka for 2 days, kumita ka for 2 days. Pero if you wanna withdraw it on the 3rd day, liquid siya, pwede mong kunin. Pero meron din kasing mga staking na lock-in siya for 3 months, for 6 months, right? But with higher APY or annual performance yield. In simple terms, think of it like savings account, flexible savings. You can withdraw it anytime, but you can make money. Kasi every day binabayaran ng bangko. Maliit nga lang. Pero pag sinabi mo naman na locked savings or locked staking, think of it like time deposit. When you commit now, you can't withdraw it anytime. It needs to be, the fund needs to be matured bago mo siya ma-withdraw. Like, this yung usapan nyo ng bank is 6 or 1 year. That's the only time you can withdraw. Right? So parang ganun siya. Ganun yung concept.
Okay. So, team, I have, another questions that I have here is, beyond a method for payment, what are other functions of cryptocurrencies?
Great, that's a great question. There's a lot that I can think of right now. We mentioned earlier play to earn, di ba? Pero this is one thing that's very interesting nowadays. Sino dito yung problema sa gasolina?
Pinipikit ko habang nagpapagasolina ako nung isang araw, nakapikit na lang ako dahil parang usually sa 2.5 ko, naka full tank na ako, yung pumikit na lang ako kasi parang hindi pumapalo yung yung gauge ng gasolina ko.
True. So the reason why I mentioned that is one use case of cryptocurrencies, blockchain technology per se, is that you can tokenize oil. Right? Tokenize oil in a way that some gasoline,
that's very interesting.
Oil players outside the, let's say, for example, outside the Big Four, no? Pwede nilang gawin, mag-stock sila ng maraming gas storage, mga gas tanks, and then they can tokenize oil in such a way that we, as consumers, we don't need to hoard gasoline na, let's say, up to 500 to 1,000 liters. Bibili tayo ng malaking mga, di ba, may mga ganun may mga ibang tao na nag-hoard talaga. Right? Pero what if there's a way to tokenize oil na magkakaroon ka ng virtual tank and then bibili ka ng gasolina in advance. So that prevents people from hoarding kasi hindi naman nila physically iniuwi yung gasolina, right? And then at the same time, there's a way for you to look in that specific price. Let's say price today is 50 pesos. Next week forecast is 60 pesos. Pag nakabili ka ng oil ngayon, ng gasolina ngayon at 50 pesos, may ownership ka na doon. So, di ba ganun naman sa blockchain, di ba? Nire-record yun yung transaction. You own that transaction. You own that oil already. So what if next week, tumaas yung presyo ng gasolina? Dahil na-own mo na yung ganong klaseng ownership mo na yung 50 pesos per liter ng gasoline. Hindi mo na problem yung gasolina next week.
Kahit so hindi mo na problema ang inflation.
Correct. That's one interesting parang application of blockchain technology. I'm not gonna mention, of course, if that is an existing product already, but I think there's one in the Philippines right now that offers that kind of, technology, which is very nice. Kasi think of it, it's derived from the concept of blockchain technology. Kasi you're tokenizing commodities, and then it benefits people from like saving people from inflation or against inflation. Think of like people who are driving on a daily basis, like taxi drivers, yung mga nag-grab, di ba, yung mga ganyan. Hindi na nila magiging problema yon kung gusto solve yung ganong klaseng pain point na every time tumataas yung presyo ng gasolina, yung mga jeepney drivers natin, wala silang choice kasi nakadepende sila sa presyo ng gasolina mismo. What if we tokenize that part? And then, like, nakakabili yung mga oil companies in advance. Kasi ang problema naman sa ganyan, hindi nila properly na-forecast yung oil. Diba? Kung gaano karami ba yung oil na kailangan naming iangkat for this specific month. But if it's already token, it's proper, in a way, it is properly forecasted. Hindi na nila kailangan manghula na to sobra. Kasi ang problema sa ganyan, maraming waste na gasolina or na langis, di ba? Kasi nga, minsan oversupply, konti yung demand. Mababa yung demand, marami naman yung alam mo yun, vice versa. But if you tokenize that problem gets solved. And it helps a lot of people.
What are the fees to be expected? Halimbawa, mag-i-invest ka just to make sure na hindi ka minimum po na dapat i-invest sa crypto para hindi ka lugi sa fees. May mga fees ba tayong kailangan expect? Halimbawa, for example, in Bybit.
Okay, that's a very good question. Dati kasi, pagka nagtitrade ka sa regular traditional market, ang laki ng fees, parang
Correct.
lagi mo siya i-consider para lang kumita ka. Kasi pag maliit yung nilagay mong amount, kung kinakain siya ng fees, kung yung 1%, 2% mo na gain napupunta sa fees, parang nakakatamad kasi yung taas ng margin kailangan mong habulin. Pero sa crypto trading kasi, and especially sa mga ganitong klaseng malalaking exchanges na like Bybit, literally you're only charged, especially sa spot market, yung you're buying low and sell high, you're charged less than 0.1%, 0.1% or 10 basis point, hindi 10%, siyempre mahal nun, 0.1%. So kada 1,000 merong piso na na-charge.
0.01% lang, guys. Okay. Ano pala po yung mga mode of payment ni Bybit? So if I'll be buying a Bit token, paano ako makakabili? If first timer ako.
Correct. Okay, right now we have three options for you to cash in. Number one, of course, ito medyo mas familiar iba, crypto deposit. If you have an account with other exchanges or other crypto wallets, pwede ka mag-send pwedeng XRP or any crypto that we support na mura yung fees. So usually nag-send sila via XRP kasi mabilis, mura, tsaka na sobrang bilis niya at hindi ka talaga tatagain sa fees. Number two, we also support P2P trading. So meron kami mga merchants talaga na meron na siya sa mobile app. Pag bibili ka doon, punta ka lang sa buy crypto tapos choose mo P2P trading. And then, may mga merchants na doon, pili ka lang buy or sell. But usually, sa buy ka dapat, kung bibili ka. And then, you'll talk to the person who's selling. And then, yun, parang kayo, magiging kaliwaan kayo. Si Bybit yung magiging close sa transaction. All of our merchants are handpicked. Hindi kami basta-basta nag-aalaw ng mga sellers na parang gusto lang nila magbenta, pwede na. We talk to them, we assess their background. They should have a very good track record when it comes to doing P2P trading. So
there's a proper due diligence on Bybit's part.
And then other option is credit card. So if you meron kaming Simplex. Although personally I don't recommend that kasi syempre pag ganung klaseng transaction, credit or debit card, ang nangyayari medyo mataas yung spread. So instead of buying USDT at 52 pesos right now, minsan nasa 52.80 or 53 pesos siya. Medyo mas mahal. So, best talaga is either via P2P or crypto deposit.
How do you think we can attract the people who are not yet into crypto? I mean, alam natin na nasa tao yan, walang pilitan, but is there any way na halimbawa sabihin mo, ako halimbawa, hindi ako naniniwala sa crypto. Anong sasabihin mo sa akin so somehow maiba yung paniniwala ko? I mean, not that you're gonna convert me. Para lang malaman natin na why ano ba talaga? Why should I invest sa crypto?
Okay. Lagi kong sagot talaga dyan, yun yung tanong like how would you convince someone to take it into consideration? Of course, that this is not a financial advice, but personally speaking, I would think of it like if you've missed the ride of buying Ayala or like SM or
good example.
In the days, if you buy it right now, you may have been left behind. But if you're looking for that kind of instrument, you wanna buy na hindi pa siya ganun katindi, hindi pa siya ganun kataas yung presyo na crazy na inangat niya, then I would go for Bitcoin. I would go for cryptocurrencies. Why? Kasi only less than 5% of our population know about it. Diba? Hindi pa ganun karami talaga. And sometimes you talk to your tito, your tita, your lolo, your lola. They don't even know that. Or sometimes if you talk to, sometimes they wouldn't even mind talking about crypto. So they feel it's not, it's to be a scam or whatnot. So if you're looking for that kind of ride, you should be in crypto. Like personally, like ako talaga, I went all in on cryptocurrency. Another thing that I would always say, think of internet before. Back in the days, people don't believe that internet is going to be the future. Sabi nila, it's not safe, right? Nagtatawa na nila, how can you transmit data from one point to another through the internet? You just go to the mail and send information that you want, right? But look at where is it right now? Internet is everything. You can't even live without internet nowadays, di ba?
Tama.
But I would say that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are just in the early part of internet, and there's a lot more to expect. Play just came out. Who would have thought that monetizing in-game characters or tokens can be monetized, right? Who would have thought that like people can send from the Philippines to UAE to the United States without that kind of nasa Pilipinas ka pa send ka sa pupunta ng Amerika ang mahal ng fees. Right now, you can just send XRP, you can send Bitcoin at a very, very low or minimal fees. In fact, if you use XRP right now, XRP is also a cryptocurrency. If you have loved ones abroad or vice versa, pwede ka mag-send ng crypto, tapos benta mo dito sa Philippines, parang nagpadala ka ng 10,000, darating sa'yo sa paladalhan mo, roughly bawas lang ng 30 pesos o 20 pesos. Pero pag pumunta ka sa mga traditional na pera padala, sobrang mahal. Pagdating doon, bawas lang ng 1,000.
Tama.
Right? So if you don't think that's good, then don't invest in crypto. But if you find it that, if you find that a good game, very nice game changer thing, then you should be entering the crypto space. What could be stopping you if those kind of technologies are going to help our society live better than the way we're doing it over the past 3 years?
Okay, thank you for that, Tim. Tim, as a millennial, what's your hope for cryptocurrency here in the Philippines? Pang Miss Universe yung tanong, Tim. As a millennial, what's your hope for cryptocurrency here in the Philippines?
My hope is that, coming from me, who started from scratch, right? Who didn't know much about financial literacy. Who would have thought that after a couple of years, I have started learning about insurance, mutual fund, cryptocurrencies, and all that stuff. There's still hope. Na even if it will take you, I started reading about these stuff like finance things na nasa I was 25, 26 years old mga ganun. Crypto 2018. Pero there's still hope. Hindi naman ibig sabihin na you're too late already, like maybe you're in the 30s or 40s. Wala ka ng chance, di ba? Kasi crypto is just starting and it's a long way to go. If you're that person who na hindi mo nagawa yung yung financial hindi mo na-establish yung financial status mo way back before kasi late ka na, crypto can be a solution to that, diba? And even if you're young, you're a millennial, hindi na tayo nandun sa part na na we can buy blue chips. Wala nang ganun eh. But the best bet, I would say, or the best part of it is really to look for financial instruments that will give you better returns in time, right? And I believe technology is the future already of everything.
I agree.
If you don't think na hindi na siya katulad ng dati na restaurants lang, diba? Parang okay, may Jollibee, may mga ganun, diba? Parang palalaki mo. Hindi na ganun eh. It's more of technological aspects of everything. If there are things or there are cryptocurrencies that you've heard about, read about its project fundamentals, if you think based on your judgment is meron siyang problem sa society na solve, and that would be a game changer. So I think that hopefully one day, especially for millennials, no, we change the cycle of the current cycle in the Philippines. Kasi, diba, na parang most of the time, you work until 50, 60 years old. Kasi that's the only option that you have to work. But if you start early, you know, investing in cryptocurrencies, which is very, very promising. Who knows? Like, you can make yourself retiring from what you're doing right now in as fast as 15 years rather than 40 or 30 years of waiting. So yun, that's my goal then personally. I wanna advocate for that kind of like thought, kasi ako personally, crypto has really changed my life that I didn't even expect I would reach milestones like this without it. So crypto made me reach my
a millionaire
digits,
that age.
7 digits because of crypto. That is by regularly investing and making sure that I'm picking the right project. So yun, diba? Parang that's my hope. And I hope
yun.
you guys can also.
Of course. Maraming salamat, team, for that. A very inspiring story, and very educational ang mga sobrang dami nating natutunan ngayon. Actually, kanina na-skip ko ang isa sa question ng ating mga viewers. May affiliate po ba sa Bybit? Like, for example, gusto niyang mag-invite ng friends, pwede ba siyang kumita doon?
Yes. The good thing about Bybit is you don't need to be an influencer to become a partner or an affiliate. Hindi ka guys sa ibang platforms kasi kailangan YouTuber ka, may group ka na malaki para maging partner ka. Sa Bybit hindi ganoon. Kahit na small network of friends lang yung meron ka, as long as they're actively trading, you can also monetize it. Yes, pwede ka maging affiliate ni Bybit. You can make up to 45% commission whenever you refer friends who are actively trading. So as a start, you will begin with 25% commission. And the more people that you get to invite, tumataas yung trading volume mo. Makikita mo sa dashboard, tumataas din yung percentage ng commission mo. So yun, sign up for that kind of affiliate. I think merong sub-affiliate link on TGFI where you can also register on that para at least network kayo ng TGFI talaga.
Yes, maraming salamat for that, team. I'm sorry.
Yan.
Oh yes.
Lifetime commission, tapos unlimited kahit 1,000 friends yung ma-refer mo.
Bago natin tapusin ang ating episode right now, since we just have 3 minutes left, message to our Komunisens, our ka-TGFI, and our Bybit Filipino community. Yeah,
aim high. Lagi naman especially sa mga viewers natin talaga more on. I know most of us are looking for a way to achieve our financial freedom, no? And start early, start small, and then trust the process. Yun lang, parang don't rush. I know I said start early, but don't rush. Diba? Maaga mong simulan, mag-invest ka, pero wag ka din sobrang magmadali. Kung hindi ka pa ganun kahanda, basahin mo muna lahat ng mga dapat mong basahin. Aralin mo yung dapat mong aralin. Kapag confident ka na, then you start investing, you start trading. And then understand your risk appetite din. Kapag feeling mo hindi ka naman talaga for scalping talaga kasi you don't have enough time kasi you have a full-time job, you can do investing. Pwede kang bumili lang, pick a good project, and then regularly invest. And in the long run, you can make 2, 3x, 4x, or even more than that just by investing regularly. So aim high, and thank you very much for having me here. Sobrang nakakatawa na marami tayong na nanonood ngayon na talagang very interested in learning more about cryptocurrencies.
It is actually our pleasure, and we are very grateful as well, Tim, that you are here to impart your knowledge about cryptocurrency, especially to our newbies. Because again, for TGFI, we wanted to educate our fellow Filipinos to make everybody financial literate, and the knowledge that you shared with us today, sobrang importante and sobrang magagamit ng lahat. And again, this is Amiel Brian Aguila, the Sales Director of the Global Filipino Investors, Comunicens, ka-TGFI, and our Bybit Filipino community. Magandang umaga, magandang hapon, magandang gabi.